Alright guys, some of you have asked what is in my bag. Now remind you, earlier today on Facey Space somebody had asked about Gray Man and I said, well, I carry a school bag. Well, that's because I don't want to be seen and whatever, but I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what's in the bag. Let's start closest to me. I've got some chemical lights. They're various colors. That way if somebody wants to get a hold of you, you say, hey, look for the orange light or the green light, they're not getting drawn to the wrong person. I've got smoke grenades of various colors as well, but they're not out here. They're actually in my tack bag, which is something completely different. Moving further to the right, I've got rations. This thing is a freaking brick, okay? That there is going to keep you going for a good long while. Water, I got some packets of that. N95 mask, I've got a few of those in there. You never know when you're going to need them, especially now at the epidemic or plague or whatever you want to call it. I keep a Ziploc bag with some other little goods. Let's take a look-see. I got one poncho, nitrile examination gloves. They're good to have. I got a handful of zip ties. That's Kleenex or butt wipes, whatever you want to use them for. In case you come across some barbecue ribs in the woods, you're always good to have those. Another poncho. Hand warmers. Emergency survival blanket. And then the Ziploc bag itself. Obviously these things are wrapped, so why do I need the Ziploc? Well, you could put water in that. Just like you can the ponchos and the gloves. You could store water in those. It's always important to have water. Your life will suck if you don't have it. It's more important than food. Same with the trash bags. One, you can clean up after yourself. Two, you can carry water. Make sure these are not the scented kind, or your life's going to suck. Duct tape. Come on. Everybody's dad has it. Everybody knows what it's for. Cordage. I've got some rope here. About 100 foot of 550 cord here. I have a whetstone. This is an emergency whistle with a compass. And if you can see on the side, there's a striker here. Use that for matches or whatnot. These are waterproof matches as well. Make sure you got a good rubber gasket. You don't want water getting in here to actually ruin them eventually. But they're in there. Of course, there's a striker on the bottom. This is a piece of a hacksaw blade. Focus, goddammit. This is magnesium. You can see I've actually used this out in the field quite a bit. And then you go ahead and strike it across here. Toothbrush and toothpaste. Yes, hygiene is very important, but it's also good for morale. You feel clean, you're going to feel better about things. Especially if life is starting to suck out in the field and the unknown. To the center of the table, I have spare mags. 12 gauge, 5.56, 40 cal, 9mm. Leather gloves. I don't know why mine are skeletonized, but whatever. I don't smoke, but I carry a lighter. You got a notebook and a pen. You want to draw a map or whatever, you can. Take notes on something, license plate numbers, or just use it as a journal. The first aid kit, this one is a little rough. I've had to break it open a few times since I've had it, but I always restock it. A couple extra blades. These are name brand. Don't get the Chinesium ones if you can help it. This is a Sheffield. This one's cold steel. This is a water, tight tin. In here, I've got safety pins and paper clips. A couple of tea light candles, some fishing line, some water purification tablets, regular Strike Anywhere matches, couple packs of those, Here's some sinkers and some hooks. I carry a bright colored flag. This one, of course, is the "Don't Tread on Me." If I'm staking an area and I want to remember where I'm at, especially if I walk away for a while, put that up nice and high and you know where you're at. Over here in this corner, I have a couple of books. This one here, 100 Deadly Skills. This book here, I've read cover to cover. Look for it. It's got amazing information in there. Written by a former Navy SEAL. Then this one here, your survival hacks. You know, how else can you survive if you've got, you know, whatever in your pockets, you know. You can see on the cover, he's got a AA battery and a piece of tinfoil to start a fire. That covers that. Also in the pack, which is not out because it just takes up so much room, is yet another tarp. Use the first one to create a bivvy. You can lay on that one. Use it to collect water, whatever. Well, now I'm guessing you're thinking to yourself, well, dumbass, I don't see a flashlight. Well, that's on my belt. Here's one. I don't see a knife. You have them in your bag. No, I've got a multi-tool. This is a good Gerber. Well, you've got all your mags. Where are your guns? Well, those are in a secure location elsewhere. I mean, for Christ's sakes, this is YouTube. I do, however, keep this on my belt at all times. That is a collapsible baton. Want to wreck somebody's day real quick? Go talk to Tanya Harding. She'll tell you all about it. The bag is simple. Does not look tactical. Looks like something somebody would carry to school every day. The idea behind Gray Man is to look like every other person on the planet. Don't run around looking like a toy soldier. You're not a soldier. You are a civilian. Act as such. I'm not saying don't carry any tactical gear. But in an urban environment, you need to blend in. Look like everybody else. I hope that sheds a little bit of light on things. And I apologize for the noise in the background. It's 8,000 degrees here in Michigan, so the air conditioning's running. Anyways, be safe.